the record button and say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm well. I'm very, very well. So we got Ojiro 2 under Earth. I think this might be it's like the 4th or 5th Ojiro 2 I've done. But it might be the first Earth. I mean, I'm sure YouTube's going to tell me different. But, yeah, hit me with your Ojiro 2, the strongest character out of set 2, bar none.
Oh,
or
yeah.
set 3, excuse me. What's the elevator pitch?
So with Ojiro, I just want to I want to have that Tokoyami feel, right? I want to be able to kill you turn 2 like almost every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to be aggressive as hell. You're free to do whatever you think is right.
Okay, so it's just a big kill you deck. Okay, I'm into it. I'm into it. So what do you need my help with then? What's the goal there?
So I haven't actually played the game in probably a few months, right? So like I have a lot of cards, all the cards, right? From set 1 and set 2. It's just like set 3's coming out. I'm still trying to find. I just moved, so I'm looking for an LGS, and so yeah. So I'm very very new to a lot of these new cards coming out, but yeah, I want to jump into some of the events, and I really want to take this kind of competitively.
Yeah.
Right. I would love to top 16, but I mean, you know, that's a pipe dream, I guess.
It's tough. It's for sure tough.
So I mean, just tell me what you think, honestly, right? And if you want to make some changes, make some changes.
Yeah, I am here for it. I'm gonna go do some looking on Ultra and shove a bunch of stuff in your sideboard.
Sick.
And then we can have a conversation about them. Why Ojiro?
So I was in love with Ojiro 1. It's just he wasn't very good because there wasn't much speed for him. Right? So I mean Fire had it, but I mean the cards that flip foundations really weren't really prevalent in on Fire.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was really kind of just Earth for the most part. And I love Smash. I really did. I love playing Smash in Ojiro 1. But it did not work out very much.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Ojiro 2, he kind of fixes that. He gives speed. I'm like, oh man, he's super aggressive. And I'm like, oh, I love it. Just kind of wish he had fire, though, instead of water. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, I feel that. He lost 2 symbols, right?
He lost death and fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's an earthy boy.
Sorry, still doing a little bit of looking.
All good. So how many boxes of set 3 have you cracked at this point?
I have opened 1. I got to open 1 on stream yesterday. I've got a case coming, and I think Jaska's still sending me a box to open as a promotional deal, but I haven't gotten any of it. So we will see. I've added a bit, and so we'll talk about this Ojiro deck. So first and foremost, if you want to be Tokoyami, this is not the number that you're allowed to have. You got to be way, 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 way thinner.
Okay.
Just because we just gotta. Our goal is right. On my first turn, I draw my hand. It's 4 foundations, and I play them all. Slam them out. And then on my next hand, I draw 4 attacks, and then I go attack, 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 lift, attack, attack. Right? I just play 5 attacks, and they all get +1, +2, +3, +3, +3. Right? And I just windmill slam them all. Right? Crow and Frog into back alley, into Hellflame Stomp, pick up the back alley, play the back alley, right? That kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the goal. That's the hope. And then all of these just get just a smillion damage.
Yep, love it.
So first and foremost, the first thing that I have here is just Ignited Arrow. Ignited Arrow does lets us grab. First off, it's a good high attack, right? The question is it better than Barrage. We'll find out. It's a good high attack that you get to put free stats on that never gets blocked. It's just an unblockable move because letting you have another move that you get to put +2/+2 on sucks, right? Question is it better than Barrage? The answer is I don't know. Barrage also gives itself just a bunch of stats and unflips your Student of the Arts if they hit.
Yeah,
that's
what I love.
Which is insane. It's crazy. It's very, very good.
Busted.
Yeah. Why Instant Shining Flash? Why is that in this deck?
It was more there for kind of a tech piece, kind of discard your momentum, for things for like cheerleader and what other, outlets of momentum there are.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like very much a kill you card, so I'm going to cut it.
Okay.
This card doesn't kill people. And I'm just going to put this up to a 4-of. I think there's no reason not to play it at the 4-of. Just being able to unflip this thing is just good enough to warrant it. And you also get things like makes your apathetics a little more live. It says that your new training methods get to be a little more live. It says that you get to tight-lipped more, right? Like, imagine, right? You swing, you summon with style, you tight-lipped, you harden barrage, unflip the summon with style, commit it, destroy another resource, ready the summon with style because that's a new card, right? It's a new instance of the card. So like this card I think just is way too much. It's a mid, high, low. Yeah, I think like these three are just like your main ones, right? And then Crone Frog is just to be the bird, right? This is like this one just doesn't count. We just pray that we check well on this one, right? Like we've got 3 modes, right? We've got 1, 2, 3 of like these are the 3 that we want to see together, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 that we want to see together, right? Like two like little engines, 2 little packages that we're down to mix and match a little bit, but I don't want Hardened Barrages and Hellflame Stomp. I don't want that together, but I'm down for Back Alley Haymaker and these 2 together, and I'm down for Karate Chop and Crone Frog. I'm down for those 2 together, right?
Okay.
And this card also discards momentum, so I don't think you needed to double up on the other ones. And also 22 attacks is fine. 22 attacks, and we're going to try and shoot for like a 60 card deck, and I think you're just going to mow people down.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to take Sugar Rush power up and to bring it down to a 3-of exclusively due to us milling is a little less. And this card says that one of our moves gets to hit, but it says that the one of our cards has to be worth essentially double what it's worth, right? We're making our Back Alley Haymaker a 6 mid for 9, a 7 mid for 10 with Ojiro at base cost, right? But we lose a card out of our hand in order to do so, and the 10 cards out of our discard pile, which we don't mill, right? That's just not what we do. And so like having 4 of these is to be seen. But, like, seeing them on turn 1 sucks. Seeing them on turn 2 sucks. Honestly, this is a turn 3 onwards card to try and help push the speed through, right? Or to enhance flip one of my opponent's things that matters.
Okay.
From here, I'm just going to start cutting stuff. I'm just going to rip your deck apart, okay? First and foremost, Student of the Art has to be a 4-of. Good job. Honorable Forfeit gets to be a 2-of. This card's incredible, but I think it's a little niche. Childhood Friends, this card's gone. We don't get to play this card. That card is too slow for whatever we got going on. It's cool. Right. It's just too slow. Manly Passionate Guy. We are going to get rid of this card altogether. This card is bad in our deck, and we're going to replace it with 4 Male Bonding. I am down to take an attack on the chin to build my 4, as opposed to being forced to block with a card. I want to build out every foundation out of my hand on turn 1, turn 2. All of them are gone, right? And you're just going to sit here and use your 28 health and be like, I'm going to go until you find an attack that's lethal, and then I'm going to draw 6 attacks and kill you, right? That's the entire game plan. That's the whole strategy.
Okay.
Celebrity Status. This card's too slow. It's gone. One Nature's great. High Value Target might get to stay, but I want to just replace it with Quick to Act. So I'm going to put it in the sideboard for now. And then we're going to put Quick to Act in at a 4-of because this card's messed up. All right, how we looking? We're still here. We're at 56, 57 cards. That's pretty good. I think at minimum we want to play is like 58. And so like we easily get to play like one. We could play like one more Apathetic and then call it a day. Yeah, we could run this and call it a day, and you'll just murder people on turn 2. You'll get murdered on turn 4, right? On turn 4, turn 5. But like,
got it.
That is the deck that you've decided to play. You just want to just swing, right?
Okay.
So from here, let's talk about the things that we're leaving on the table, right? And we'll talk about stuff. I think that if you just left right now, right, with the quick little changes that we made, I think your deck works. Let's talk about the stuff that's on the table, right? If and when they ban Back Alley Haymaker, this is your replacement. It's a 4-diff that essentially does the same thing. The biggest thing that this card doesn't do is it doesn't build you a card, which is what you need, right? You need to be able to build a card in. With our Back Alleys, we just want to build in Tight-Lipped and Quick to X. That's all we want to do. We want to build in these 0 diffs, right?
Right.
Press conference. Obviously, you're throwing out attacks. You are super down to flip this, show them the attack you're going to beat their face in with, and then lay it down on the table as your next move. We don't care, right? Saying that you go Crone Frog into Back Alley Haymaker as a 4-diff, right? I check a 3, I just commit my face down. I passed it. It worked. I think this card is insane. I think it's very, very good. And it's probably, as a kill you card, it's probably a little better than New Training Method. But New Training Method, or maybe like it might be better than Summoner Style, because it's a 1-diff, not a 2-diff, right? You could easily just replace these 3 for these 3. We'll see, right? Quick Activator we put in, Mailbinding we put in, Chivalrous Competitor. E-Flip, we both draw one, is incredible in aggro decks. It's very, very good. They were going to draw that card anyways, and if they can't block with it because your stuff's just too fast because you're Ojiro, then giving them the extra card doesn't matter. Unless it's an action, right? Unless it's their own, like, Evil Gaze or Plus Ultra or something like that. We don't care that we give them the card.
Okay.
Seizing the Advantage. Seizing the Advantage probably could go in over top of the Apathetic. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take out the Apathetic. It's going to go to 0. We're going to put in Seizing the Advantage at a 3 of.
Oh, I saw this card, yeah.
Seizing the Advantage says that the first move that you play is a little quicker, but it's a little tougher to play. It's very good whenever you start off with these 4 diffs. It's not good when you start off with the Crow and Frog. It gives this thing +2 speed, and then it builds itself down and flips their best card. So I go Seizing into Hardened Barrage, I flip Student of the Art, add in a Rapid Punches, and now Hardened Barrage starts as a 4 high for 4. It gets +2 from Seizing to make it a 5 high, or 6 high for 4. We add in a card with Student of the Art, and so it's an off zone, so now it's an 8 high for 6 with Ojiro. Then we use Hardened Barrage to give it +1 more speed, so it's a 9 high for 6, 9 high for 7, because we've got both of them in the card pool. 9 high for 7 that built us a card and flipped their best card as our first move. Yeah, they take 7. they just take 7. And then, like, you unflip this thing, right? Or you did it with Rapid Punches and then you draw a bonus card, right? Like, there's just like this card is just too good as a 5 check. This card should not have been a 5 check. This card could have been a 3 check and it still see play. That's how I feel about it, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Internship with Best Genius if you need more spams, as well as it's more mill to make your Sugar Rushes a little more live. Same thing with Revel, forces your opponent to actually interact with your moves. Final Exam Failures is essentially stun 1. Resistance says that you get to stay alive as a 0 drop, right? So as opposed to something along the lines of like Honorable Forfeit, where it's more of a kill you card. This card says that I have to block less because instead of having 28 life, if I've got 2 of these on the board, I have 32 life, which is like just good enough to like survive. Brute Strength, paying 1 life to give +1 damage is very good, and losing the Foundation to give it the damage is also very good. So, like, I've committed a resource because I've checked a little poorly. I'll just destroy it to get +1 damage and, like, just try and win a little quicker. And then high value target's just, like, a good unblocking. But I think that whatever Quick to Act has got going on is just probably going to be better for your I'm just trying to kill them deck. Right?
Okay.
58 cards, 22 attacks. Was there anything in here that sounded interesting to you? That sounded good that you'd want to include?
I'm very intrigued by this Ignited Era right now.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's an easy at minimum 5 damage if it's the first move I play.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because they don't want to block that. Just give me a free move.
True. It takes the place of Crow and Frog.
Oh, Throwing Frog so good though.
Throwing Frog is very, very good. This card is a little safer, but it hits less. It hits less hard, right? It's also easier to block, right? This is a 6 high for 7. A 5 high for 6, where this is a 3 high for 5. That just goes and finds you another card, right? They take 5 damage, boom. Or they have to figure out, are you poking or going in? This card is a guaranteed 5 damage. This card is a mind game mix-up. But this card's a little more risky, right? If I check a 3 on this as my first move, I could be in a bad spot. If I've got 4 ready foundations, I now only have 2. Rough spot to be in.
I think I prefer the Ignited Arrow.
Okay.
Yeah, guaranteed damage. Love it.
I'm here for it. And like, obviously you know what cards are in and what cards are out, right? So if this card's just not carrying its weight, just swap it back out. Easy peasy. Anything else in this list that is making you feel good? I think the only thing that seems interesting and cool is just trading press conference for Summoner Style, just because it's a lowers your difficulty curve, which would not be terrible, right? You have a lot of 2 discs here.
For sure, yeah, switch.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely switch. Like, I need those spams.
Where did you go? Where did you go?
Press conference.
I just couldn't find him. Still here. My block zones are still fine. Like, I'm not like single digits here. I'm a little high block statted, but that's okay.
I mean, if they're dead by turn 2, who cares?
True. I think this is gonna be a little closer to turn 3, right? Like, I think the best thing that your deck actually does is it builds 4 on turn 1, builds 4 on turn 2, and then like has just sculpted a bunch of cards and has been like, or build 4, then build 3, and then just like have 6 attacks. If you have 6 attacks on turn 3, I think you kill them.
I'm into it.
No. Look, the issue is like you get to turn 5, and I don't think you get to play the game anymore. You could actually just scoop, and nobody would blame you.
Oh, really? Oh, man. What would you suggest for, I know you don't really do sideboards and everything like that, right? But what would you suggest for sideboards if, you know, hey, I'm playing a really defensive style, like, deck, right?
More apathetics. And honestly, play the... So the reason I don't do sideboards is because I don't play these decks, right? I don't know what the absolute glaring hole in your deck is, right? I'm just looking at it on paper and being like, yo, this is what I think looks like a good list, right? It's not until I get... I gotta get elbow deep in your deck in order to figure out, oh, this would be really good in the sideboard, right? Like, sometimes it's very obvious of like, yo, just play apathetic, and that'll fix everything, right? But that's just like, I don't think it's necessarily true because of how wonky your attack lineup has to be in order to make your character work, right? You don't get to put in tech attacks, or tech piece attacks, right?
Right.
So yeah, maybe the answer is like you put in another Sugar Rush. You put in cards that grant speed on them, right? Like we've already got a quick to act, but if there's any more that you can find, maybe play those. Maybe take out the Ignited Arrows and play play the Chrome Frogs, right? Maybe that's an attack. It's better suited for a later game, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just experiment a bit. Play on TTS. Figure it out.
Yeah, I do need to get back on TTS.
All right, man. Any final thoughts?
No, it looks good. I look forward to playing it.
Yeah, I think this list is just gonna try and punch people's dicks off. It's gonna be cool.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again for the support over on Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. I'll shoot you the deck list, and you have a good rest of your night, okay?
Hey, you as well. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
All right, bye.